I know people laugh.
Because just like he was the man, Keith Sweat was the man.
No, give me 1 second. People laughed at Whitney saying Bobby was the king of R&B. Right? Mm-hmm. Niggas would laugh.
And one time for the king.
Now, truthfully, Don't Be Cruel smashed for like 2 years.
Yeah.
You don't get that type of burn off one album.
Absolutely.
Like, not even in the 90s when niggas was selling millions of them. Usher had a fucking bomb with fucking Confessions. That shit burned fast and hot for like a whole year.
The album before that,
Bobby burned 2 years, nominated in 2 different Grammys for the same fucking album. Unheard of. He was the king of R&B at that time. At that time, R&B and Whitney were on the same fucking level.
Wait. But I'm just gonna show you why people tripped at that. Because you're right. When Don't Be Cruel came out, which was like 88,
yeah,
Bobby was the king.
But
in 1995, when Whitney said this is the king of R&B, folks was like, wait. Now?
I get it.
But not now.
But if you tell Bobby, hey Bobby
was also
hold on, 1995. R. Kelly has absolutely one album at 1995 out.
Nope.
I'm not talking about the one he did with public
by 95
announcement.
he had two. Because R. Kelly the movie came out too with all of Mr. Biggs.
95, my G? No, that's not 95, my G. Okay, well, for the sake of argument, we'll let you have that one. I'm thinking you talking about the public announcement album.
Oh no, not with Honey Love.
And the personal album. I'm talking about his first personal album came out like 92. And in 95, he was gearing up for a whole new release because he was dealing with Aaliyah in them in like 93 and 94. So I'm saying Bobby had one album. Usher wasn't even fucking thought of at that time. Michael is the king of pop, not the king of R&B. Fucking Damon Hall had got raped for his whole life because R. Kelly came and stole it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Guy was going this way.
Aaron Hall's whole swag.
Absolutely. Guy was going this way. Belle Biv DeVoe had died out. If you were talking about R&B music, you was definitely talking about Bobby Brown. Keith Sweat was starting to bubble up and shit. But them niggas is not.
Keith Sweat dropped in like 87.
I'm just saying.
I hate Keith Sweat.
What?
Keith Sweat's the
I
shit.
hate that nigga.
Yeah, she's so New York, my G.
She's
She's so New York.
I love his voice.
Terrible. No, don't love his voice. That shit's fucking terrible.
Don't be fronting no Keith.
You know that I love you.
Don't be fronting no Keith. Y'all gotta
That
push
shit's
it.
sexy. Sexy.
Feel like I did.
But I'm just saying. I was telling you the same thing goes with everybody. Like Nas can say, "Are you doing the ad libs? I hate it."
Yo,
she did,
see,
man.
like I said, 12 play hit in 1993. The R. Kelly album, 1995.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
He's already locked in.
Bobby was that nigga, bro. Bobby was that nigga. Hold on, wait a minute. Right now, there's a little kid called Tashaki. What's that little nigga's name? The 6ix9ine nigga.
Takashi.
That little nigga. Right now, in New York, he's burning like a fucking solar. You understand what I'm saying? He put out that he's the king of New York. In his mind, Ferg and them boys ain't dropping. ASAP and them ain't dropping. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the New York rap ain't dropping. Dave East is getting a slow burn. He's that nigga he feel like from New York. What can you tell him? No? I'm just saying.
I can tell him no, but I understand what you mean.
That's what I'm talking about from their perspective. These niggas are kings at that moment, so I let them niggas be. You know, so I don't feel hip hop music in a time capsule of how niggas did it, because you get your moment. You get your moment. As much as niggas hated Cisco controlled shit.
Yo, I'm gonna say
from ever since the fat niggas started jumping off of one leg, Cisco was trolling shit.
Listen, I'm not even talking about that. We gonna get back to this topic at hand.
I'm telling you the topic at hand.
The topic at hand was how
Hip-hop
you think hip hop has
It's
affected
affected society.
We talked about how our thoughts on hip hop music. I didn't take your question that way.
That is the way they
I get
took the
it.
question.
No, I get it.
So
I get it. There's
I
no right or
understood
wrong.
there was going to be a difference.
There's
with
no right or
me and
wrong.
you.
When you ask that question, I think this. There's two things that hip hop has done. Okay? Hip hop has affected the trajectory of popular culture, right? And hip hop has shaped the world of commerce. What I mean by that is we all sitting here at this table understand first and foremost hip hop is a culture, rap is the music that comes from that culture, right? We get all that. Okay. The culture that is hip hop has permeated every facet of life, from the way we walk, talk, sing, speak, look at products, attain products, all that shit. Because we turn on the TV right now, there's going to be one commercial at least with every 15 to 35 minute break. One commercial is going to have rap in it, rap music in it. Some commercial is going to have some form of hip hop showcase, whether it's somebody breakdancing on the side of a road of a damn Toyota commercial, or if it's your favorite product. I remember, I think it was like State Farm had an advertisement running in magazines where the text said State Farm in different font styles that was supposed to kind of match up to the different types of insurance. But it was all written in graffiti. That's hip-hop. You understand? Hip-hop has altered people's way of thinking and way of life in so much because hip-hop, number one, came from the gutter. It came from folks who were considered outcasts of society at the time. But we all know that the new and different, a little bit scary things is what piques people's interest and what sparks movements. We've been sitting here talking about all these hip-hop documentaries and stuff like that. Like, I'm looking at TV, they're about to show Straight Outta Compton right now. The reason people loved NWA is because it was something different, a little bit scary, and looked cool as shit from a distance. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so
for
now
for white America, yeah.
how and even
Black America.
even in regards to Black America,
I think Black America was
the
confused and scared about it too.
I don't think so. I think the older generations were scared, but I think a lot of people from just Detroit, Baltimore, Atlanta, Chicago could understand the police brutality
this is what I was going to say.
The police brutality portion of it.
Okay.
This is the point I'm getting at why I use NWA. Now, where folks were spooked and nervous and scared and didn't know what to think, it was the same type of energy, maybe not directed the same way, from folks that are used to seeing kids that look like that and used to seeing the brutality, used to the gangster shit or whatever. But even in that regard, it piqued our interest because we actually was seeing somebody on TV that's talking the way we talk, looking the way we look. What hip-hop did was made people be comfortable in their own fucking skin. There's no other art form that was created by the people that has embraced all walks of life. And that's because it is a culture, not just an art form. Like rock and roll, that's an art form. The blues
black art form
is an art form. You know what I'm
black art
saying?
form.
Like any other genre of music doesn't come with its own cultural element outside of maybe country music. And country music has been affected by hip hop. As soon as someone made honky tonk badonkadonk, nigga, we in. You know what I'm saying? As corny as that is, you had to know, okay, hip hop influences. So it's some 12-year-old kids that don't give a fuck about Brooks and Dunn and Reba McEntire, but I want my record to sell. So they listen to this little rap shit. So let me find what words they use and try to convert it so maybe I can get their ass back over here.
Sir, you know who you just described? Post Malone. Post Malone, he is a country music like
That's the only thing I
singer.
can give Post Malone is that sauce and White Iverson.
I'm being real with you right now. Like Post Malone is that kid. You know, there's a lot of country rock rap albums that are out. They got a group called The Lax, and they're from right here in Atlanta, Georgia. And It's terrible
Man,
ass
one
music.
time for Florida Georgia Line, man. I love it.
Yeah, but that's their real country music. But this shit here is
Let's
just,
spit a little bit.
this shit is fucking terrible.
Man,
And whoever made a song called Honky Tonk
Honky Tonk
Badonk,
Yep.
you need to shoot yourself
She
Sorry.
got a
Shoot your
honky
kids.
tonk.
That's
and then
Badonk.
shoot
That's
everybody
Trace
associated
Atkins.
with you.
I actually like that song. So, hey, mama, shout out.
Terrible
That's our
ass
shit.
music. No shout outs for no terrible ass music. But I
hear what you
understand.
say.
My
Hey.
thoughts on hip hop influenced society right now is it is a commerce. Hip hop is a natural commerce between people. Anything you can do is going to be hip hop. From selling a computer with Jay-Z's hands to McDonald going ba da ba 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 instead of ba da ba 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 is all hip hop. You know, fucking Ford has a whole campaign dedicated to black women in hip hop fucking music. You know, so I understand it's commerce. I'm talking about the actual thoughts of these kids now. Like it
Okay, well
influenced us.
here's what I'm going to give you. There's a kid. I don't even remember what his name is. This little kid raps, and I heard his song, and there's a part of his hook that says, "You might think I'm done, but I'm only 17 with a whole lot of money." And there's a moment in this song where he says, "I dropped out of school. I ain't got no education," but said it like he was geeked about it. What I think hip hop has done as far as the mindset of people, especially the younger ones, it's in concert with the way society is right now. Period. With how everything is instant access, and when everything became instant access, people wanted things right now. They didn't want to wait. People don't like the process. They don't like the thought of having to go through a process. Folks like, I can touch my app, that bitch lights up, I can punch something in it, it's going to come back instantly. Nobody thinks about the fact that it took people to take the time to create the app.
I agree.
You understand? So a lot of people, the way the mentality of the world is, I can be famous without actually having to put in work to do something. As long as I post a bunch of pictures of myself and get up to 100,000 followers just
so
for
that's
posting videos
the
of
hip
myself.
hop element of the stunning. Then is
No,
what you-
no. It's not even about stunting. It's about, I know that Kim Kardashian and her family got famous just for being famous.
But what's hip hop about that?
Listen, I'm getting to that. Where back in the day, hip hop influenced pop culture, it's now flip flop. Pop culture now influences what young members of the hip hop community are into, what they feed into, what they think about, what their approach is, what they receive. So back in the day, Snoop Dogg wear a hat with a blunt leaf on it. That caused everybody go get a hat with a blunt leaf on it.
Gotcha.
Now it's what social media maven, what person on a reality show, what thing did they do quickly? What person, what catchphrase, what new challenge is the shit for me to do? Oh, so people are eating Tide Pads or whatever that shit is called.
The silly ignorant shit.
The
Tide Pods.
detergent, the Tide Pods. Oh, so that's okay. I can get famous by damn near killing myself by eating poison. Okay, people take that same mentality, and it's twofold. Not only that, but back in the days, there were certain artists that would say, like Ice-T and Jay-Z would always say, "I'm
Hov
not a
did that.
rapper. I'm a hustler who knows how to rap." Ice-T was the first person to ever say that, and Hov said it too because that's how he felt, right? When people looked at, this is just specifically rap, when people looked at the rap game as a hustle and no longer an art form, then it was like, okay, a hustle by nature is designed to be a quick flip for you to get in, get out, get what you got to get, and move on to the next pack or move on to the next job or whatever. So you have artists that don't mind being a one-hit wonder because they got what they wanted out of it right then. So what
And they're
used to
still getting out what they want to. in
what
these hip-hop
amazed
tours.
what amazed us by looking at people like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, is the fact that they could do shit that nobody else could do. We looked at Nas and Hove and Twista and Busta Rhymes. These people are doing things that the
Not me
average
for Busta Rhymes.
the average person couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't just go in the booth and write a whole song with no pen. I couldn't rap that super duper fast. I couldn't tell dope stories like Slick Rick without having to practice. These kids now know, oh, I